This is your moose shooter report for Rancho Naturalista, Costa Rica, last week of March 2025. This is not my first time, nor my last time, to come to Rancho Naturalista. It's paradise, point blank. I don't know any other words to describe what this location is. Now, it is a bird photography location. It's not for landscapes or mammals, even though you see mammals. It's for birds. We're up on a hillside, very steep hillside, nestled in the Costa Rican rainforest. This rainforest is kind of like how it's always been. It is lush, it's gorgeous. Now, what kind of birds and why are we here? Well, I came here originally for the snowcap. It's the second smallest hummingbird on the planet. And if you exclude its tail, it is the smallest. It's a small guy. Really cool. But there's so much more than just the snowcap. So, kind of describe my basic day. It'll give you a flavor of what's going on here. I'm up and out on the deck. It's a two-story. The main lodge building is a two-story. The accommodations are very, very nice here. The food, yeah, could do a whole travelogue on the food. But anyway, get up and I'm on the deck after 5 a.m. It's still a bit dark. And you listen to the rainforest come alive. And you have birds calling all sorts of directions. I use the Merlin app. It kind of gives me an idea of who's calling. So that way I know, like the clay-colored thrush is kind of normally the first bird starts calling, then you have the cocoa wood creeper. They have really colorful names here. You have the red-necked ant tanager that's really vocal. And the night in the morning just starts opening up. And you are looking out on the deck, and you're looking out because you're on a hillside. I mean, if you're going up straight down the hillside, it's not fun. That's why they got the nice, very steep trails, but they are still zigzagging down. And then as the morning comes up, the bird activity increases. Now, the main activity I'm here for are the hummingbirds. There are tens and tens and tens of species of hummingbirds. And the snowcap is what originally brought me here, but there's so much more. So after brekkie, I'm on the shooting deck with my hummingbird rig. Get to that in a second. And there's just 4 feeders. That's it. Not many feeders. But at one time, you might have as many as 20 or 30 different hummingbirds just going every which way. I mean, they will go right through your camera between you and the feeder. They'll go around your head. They'll check you out, have them perch on your shoulder every so often. There's just that many. It's amazing. And you photograph them, and you just have this marvelous time with the hummingbirds. At the same time, you can just look out just across and off the deck. There's a little lawn section, and there's another hedge with this purple flower. I'm sorry, I don't do plants. That's really prevalent and really attracts lots of birds. And then you could have all sorts of other things come in. You've got one of my favorites, the Lessons Mott. It comes in. Big bird. You could have the Opadellos, the Montezuma, or the chestnut-headed. You could have, and you do have, you have things like red-billed pigeons, and you have gray-headed chacalacas. You have the crested guan, crazy looking big. It's a turkey that flies around. It looks almost like, it should be a dinosaur. And then you have other things like blue-gray tanager and scarlet tanager. They got so many different tanagers here. They have the crimson collared tanager. That's just off the charts. And it's all just going around. It's like, where do you point your lens? There's so many opportunities. Then you have lunch. Like I said, could do a whole travelogue just on the food. And then this year, we're walking down the road, which sounds so casual, but it's down the road to Lisa's, who's the owner of the lodge, and very gracious person. And she's got this hedge, at least whatever the flower. I'm sorry, I don't do plants. The same flower, And this year we went down there because you had the snow cap, which it's the star. But then you had the green thorntail, crazy looking. And these are all, even though it doesn't say hummingbird in its name, they are all that, but because they don't make the traditional hum of a hummingbird, they don't have the hummingbird name. So you go down this hedge, you have the rufous-tailed hummingbird, because it's making the hum sound. Then, as I mentioned, you have the green thorntail, crazy little guy. You have the black crested coquette. I gotta say, you gotta think about it, because otherwise I almost say croquet. It's not the game, it's coquette. Black, I know. I get tongue-tied with some of these birds. It's got the craziest hairdo. You had the violet-headed hummingbird down there, great bird. And then you have all sorts of other things flying around that hedge and around that area. We had the great cowbird, didn't know such a thing existed. Big thing compared to what we have in the States. You had like golden-hooded tanager. We had the yellow-headed euphonia. What a last name, Euphonia. Anyway, we had that. We had laughing falcons. I didn't get any shots because they were over our heads. That was really cool. And for that, you're using a long lens. And that's just, I mean, for 6 days, been cranking it out. I've seen just shy of 60 bird species in the 6 days I was here. Yeah, there's some bugs sometimes. They're not biting. But just shy of 60 bird species, and I'm not here birding. Almost everybody come here is for birding. They're the people from Japan and England and Canada. It's an international stopover. So like I said, just shy of 60 bird species, and I've photographed 38 of them. I'm not talking just about an ID shot. I'm talking about, in some cases, hundreds and some thousands of them. There's this crazy bird, can't make this name up, the yellow olive flatbill. Yeah, flatbill. Never heard of this flycatcher. And it's weaving its nest right off the deck. So you've got all this going on, and it's just amazing. Now, where is this? And that's a good question. We land in San Jose, Costa Rica, and we spend the night. Makes life easy. Then we hire a driver who then takes us on this crazy 3-hour Mr. Toad ride through going basically northeast to the Rancho Naturalista. Technically, we're in the town of Trurilabla. Oh boy, I knew I'd mess it up. We're kind of like, we're on the eastern side of the volcanoes. We're actually closer to the east coast of Costa Rica than the west coast, but San Jose is just the easiest airport. And it's a 3-hour ride through Costa Rica, and we're here. And you're greeted and taken really great care of. And then we, of course, take the 3-hour ride back. We spend the night in Costa Rica and then catch the first flight out in the morning. That's our basic travel. Once we get here, all your travel is done by foot. It's not much. There is, last year, there was a sun bittern nest. Crazy, great looking bird. And they drove us down to the sugar mill where that was at the creek. And so they provide that. They have guides here, really good. Harry and Mercedes, husband and wife, really, they're just top-notch people. Everybody here is, but they're really nice, really great guides, very helpful. So talking about camera gear. So the Hummer rig. And this is it here. This is the exploded view. It's basically here to bring out the color in the birds, not as much as bringing exposure. You have to watch the background. You have to think about it. So the Pro Photos, the 2 lights, is to bring a rounded light to that color, because bird feathers are meant to reflect light. And that's the Hummingbird rig, and that's what I use on the deck at the lodge. When I go down to Lisa's, and there's a couple places you can go. There's another rancho that they can drive you to. You can walk. Coming back, it'd be a brutal walk up the hill. Either one of those have the same basic hedge. Again, the purple plant, I don't know. Sorry. And Down there, I use I'm using the Z6 III because it's just marvelous. The ISO, you know, most of the days, yeah, it rains some of the time, doesn't stop the shooting, but it's higher ISO kind of shooting when you get the long lens. So I'm using the Z6 III on the Z600 F4 TC with the 2X attached. So I'm shooting a 1200 millimeter. And then it's you've got the hummers just kind of going around on the flowers, and you're kind of like going like crazy. We have the one bird, the violet-headed hummingbird, which we call panic attack because it just is constantly moving. It never perches. And so that's all the gear. That's all I brought. So I've got the hummingbird rig. I got the long lens. I brought a 24-120 to shoot the occasional landscape, which, you know, I've probably shot 7 or 8 of those. I mean, clicks. It's not much like there's a whole lot of options. And that's Rancho Naturalista. It is just an amazing place for bird photography. It's one that I highly recommend you come to. Might not seem easy to get to it, but once you're here, you're going to go, wow, this is paradise.